we have the video release from various artists. We're calling ourselves the Isolation Collective, but it's a bunch of us. Sean is one of them. I'm one of them. Svetlana, Gak Jones, but the nucleus of it all, Stacey Camps. Let me give you a little background on this video before we have our little video interview with Stacey. Now, we were in lockdown. It was at the very beginning, and a lot of emotions were running high. And Stacey reaching out to each other every day, keeping each other in good spirits. Because it was hard. It was hard at the beginning. We were all going through a lot of confusion. And she wrote a little bit of a song, and she said, "Hey, Carrie, I want you to do the chorus. And hey, Sean, write another verse. And to the other people that are on the screen with me, Svetlana, write the bridge. And Jack, will you please give us a little bit of a rap?" So we all did this. We all put it together, and we did it because we're in isolation. We did it with our phones. Yes, we did the vocal recordings with our phones and put it together. And at first we were thinking, yeah, it's fun. But Joe Bashorun heard it, our musical director here at Nouveau Soul, and also my husband. And he said, this is a really good song. So he took all those vocal tracks that we recorded on our phones, and he put a great song, music, all the music around it. He got Felix Fichette, who is with us on stage, part of Nouveau Soul, to do the guitar bits. And then Joe produced a whole song. And at the end of it was this amazing song, starting with Stacey Camps being the nucleus. And then we got to that part and we thought, well, we'd like to put this online, because a bunch of people, all sorts of collectives were putting their stuff online of things that they did, but they were copying other people's songs, which is fine. I think it's great. But we actually wrote our own song regarding what we were going through. So we wanted a video. And Jack stepped up, Gak Jones, and he spent hours and hours editing video that we took again with our phones. Because we were in lockdown. We sent them in, and he put all that together to make this fabulous video that we are launching right now, right here on Dubai Night In. We are very, very, very proud of this project. And I caught up with Stacey earlier via Zoom. We had a little Zoom chat, and I'd like to have her zoom in and see our little interview that we had earlier. Guys, can you roll that? I'm so glad that I got you on the show, my darling. And yeah, this is really, really exciting. Tell me a little bit about Stacey Camps and who she's been for the past decade.
So I've been on the music scene for around 20 years. 6 years of that was in the UAE, which is how I met you. 6 of those years I was in the UAE, and the rest of that was in the UK. So as you know, I did the X Factor 2006 and 2010. We got to the judges' houses, not as far as I wanted to go. You don't see it as a success, but to me it was a success because it was a step in the right direction, and it was a great experience. And you know, you tend to find yourself as an artist when you do these shows as well. You find that confidence that I didn't have before. So, and I think that helped me to come to Dubai and have the confidence to, you know, perform in Dubai as well, because there's a lot of competition and a lot of great musicians in Dubai. I didn't think I was capable to do it, and I did. And I came to Dubai and I made it work. And
tell me about your mindset that led to the creation of this challenge that you started with the nucleus of us.
I think when the isolation started, which was like a massive shock because none of us saw it coming. I mean, we knew something was happening, but not to that extreme. And it really affected me more or less instantly because I live alone, and then my day job stopped instantly, then my singing stopped instantly, and it was like, oh, I had so much anxiety going on, and I didn't really know, you know, when am I going to work, when am I going to see my friends, when am I going to see my family, you know, as you know, like everyone's gone through it themselves. So it was hard for me, the first stage of it, because I was literally by myself going through all these emotions, and it was just, you know, very difficult. So during isolation, that gave me the time to finally, I had no excuse, and I actually started to become more creative, and my writing talent started to come back out again, because that's what I used to do years ago. But when I first come to Dubai, I didn't have the time to do it. So it made me realize, actually now I'm finding myself again as an artist, because I'm actually writing and putting my feelings and thoughts down on paper, which is what I've missed for a long time.
So tell us a little bit about choosing people for this.
Well, of course, like you, Joe, and Jack are like very close friends of mine. So of course, I wanted you guys to be involved because we always spoke on a regular basis. So we always used to pick each other up anyway. So regardless, that for me, I wanted you guys to be involved. And then Svetlana, I knew she was by herself as well at Stables, and she was really struggling. And I thought it would really help her come out of that. And again with Sean as well as here with his family, and it must be hard for everyone I know, but because I know Sean, I thought, and he's a very amazing vocalist and artist put together, and between us all, I think the talent is just awesome. And I'm just blessed that everyone has gone on, like, took it on board, really, because it was just a challenge for, to cheer everyone up and to do something, to keep our creative side going. And little did I know that, Joe would get on the production side of things and Jack would do all the, the side on the video and, all the vocals, and everything's just been amazing for everyone. So it's so just to write one verse and then send it to you guys and say, what do you think of this? Do you want to get on board? It's a bit of a challenge. It might just cheer us up. I can remember when, because obviously, like I said, everyone were going through their own times, and I did my, and then I went through a bit of a down day, and then wasn't really that interested, or not, should I say, I didn't have the energy, and then Jack would get on board, and you came straight back with your chorus, and I was like, oh, and then it gave me just this, like, it gave me that energy again. I was like, oh wow, this is amazing. And then the next person, then it just kept me going every day, and I'm sure it did it for yourself. And then when we all put the song together, and then Joe was like, right, give me a couple of days, I'll come back to you. And I was like, when Joe came back to us with the song, I was like, oh my God, it can't stop here. We need to keep going. Yeah. And that's what's magical about it, because honestly, it's like I'm getting up to something new, and it's, to me, that's where music should come into play. It really should.
We actually recorded this on our phones. So all the vocals were done on our phones. When we sent them via, transfer, whatever it is, sent them via email to Joe, who took them and had to majorly tweak the iPhone recording to make them happen. But he did, and he got Felix on guitar, and that again was, we were all in isolation. I'd also like to talk about Jack's part. It felt on our part because we'd done the music and Joe had put it together. How would you feel at that point when you actually saw the whole thing and realized that it was bigger, and we wanted to have obviously a visual to go with it when we put it out into the world?
The visuals were quite hard, actually, because again, you're in isolation and there's only so much you can do. So it's quite hard. When I was trying to get my material together for the audio was really hard, I thought, because I have lots of pictures and lots of this and lots of that, but to actually make it relate to isolation, it was really hard unless you've got, a mask on. But then obviously all the riots and everything happened, and Black Lives Matter, and this then also emphasized to my emotions what's been happening in 2020, to be honest. And Jack's done an amazing job with the video, and is really, really made it, I don't really know how to explain it. He's made it really heartfelt in so many ways, and it also applies to other people that have been going through the Black Lives Matter.
Jack did an awesome editing job. He spent over 100 hours. I'm really excited about this video. I'm really excited about the people involved. For people out there, Stacey Camp is the nucleus of the whole thing, and she challenged myself, Carrie Gibson, she challenged Sean Lipsy, she challenged Svetlana Ginger, she challenged Gak Jones. We all wrote it, and then Joe Bashorun, who is my MD for the Dubai Night In show, and my husband, started to write, take the basic track, and he scratched that and rewrote the whole thing.
Thing happens with this track or the video, for me, it's just a message I want to send out to everyone, that you can just keep going, and it's a matter of, you can either be down and depressed and don't do anything, or you can make the best of a bad situation, and that's exactly what we've done. And I think what we've done between us is just amazing, and it's very special, this song, to me.
Right now we're gonna have the video premiere from the Isolation Collective, which is us various artists, and the song is called
Isolation Goodbye to yesterday.
Thank you, Stacey, and we'll see you on the screen.
Thank you, Joe. I miss you so much. Take care.
That was Stacey coming in. That was Stacey coming in from Paris. Gak Jones is in the UK, and the rest of us are on the stage with the premiere for Isolation, Goodbye to Yesterday.
Yeah. Come on.
The year of hope, but now we're sat in isolation. Families tossing and turning on board conversation. We've got nowhere to turn, and there's no return. So it seems. If you look inside the mirror, do you notice who you are? Appreciation goes a long way. It didn't need to go this far. Look outside, then you'll see the stars are so clear.
Looking over my shoulder, when life was much colder, now I realize that was time just tick it away. Goodbye to yesterday.
The year of hope, but now we're sat in isolation.
Yeah.
Can I just fly away? See another side of you. Just to be where you are, holding you close but so far away. Far away from your love. Years have gone by, so many sleepless nights, just to see you smile, even when you walk around. Please just be strong. Hope to see you when I'm home before it's too late and we're all gone.
Looking over my shoulder, oh, when life was much colder, now I realize that was time just tick it away. Goodbye to yesterday.
Yo, check. I took a flight today and saw the world in a different light. No more pollution, cause it was only my plane in the sky. I felt at peace, floating past cloud 9. I knew I had to come back down to earth sometime. To be in isolation, to avoid my expiration. Mass manipulations playlisted on every station. Fear mongering and the results are devastating. I'm busy, so why these politicians procrastinating? Fools promises, curfew extensions. Tomorrow never comes, so we prefer it not be mentioned. My heart goes out to those hospitable heroes. I say their salary should have a couple more zeros. Vaccines introduced by computer geeks with no doctrine. This level of idiocracy, if accepted, is shocking. Everyone can't wait for it to go back to normal, but the real question is, what if this is just a prequel?
Sincerely, we are hoping. Don't cry to shed a tear. The sky is always open. If fate will always near. Forgive, forget, reload it, and put it in your dream. If your voice is always closer, 'cause the love is always here.
Looking I want to send out love to Stacey and Jack who are watching. Stacey in France and Jack from London. They were beamed in by video to be here on the screen. Check out the Dubai Night In for the full-on video of Goodbye to Yesterday. Want to say thank you for Sean
Thank you
and
guys.
and Svetlana.